Hello, everybody. We're live. Welcome to TV&D.
Hello.
We're here.
Yeah,
Carolyn's here. Eli's here. Tony's here. Hi, everybody. This is our Dungeons and Dragons show, where we take classic television shows and turn them into D&D campaigns. And this is the second week of our Gilligan's Island mini campaign, which so far has been a bloodbath.
As it should be.
No deaths, but a lot of blood. Very
A lot
bloody.
of blood.
Bloody but non-fatal.
Let's see.
yet.
Saying hello to the ruckus real fast. I see Jewels, Matt Mitchell, the state of Arizona, Helpful Tony. That's just Tony. Let's see. Zia, Whether or No, Goosenberg. Hello,
Matt
Amiability
Oakey.
Wizard Dad.
Matt Oakey was subbed and gave some subs. And
Thank you, Matt Oakey.
Flando Maltresian, outstanding handle, also subbed.
It's a
So
Star Wars
Thank
thing,
you
right?
so much.
I
I'm
follow.
not ready to talk about Star Wars yet.
I'm
Oh,
never
shit,
ready.
and Matt Mitchell just
Star
started
Wars,
the hype
I'm not ready.
train.
What's
Oh,
that?
the hype
Matt Mitchell
train.
just started the hype train.
I don't know what
Dang,
that
hype train.
means.
It's coming through.
I love the
You
hype
guys
train
the
because
hype
even
train.
even experienced streamers that I watch are like, I don't know how to control the hype train. And also some of them hate it and it doesn't seem to be turn offable. So they're like,
You don't
oh, great.
control the hype train. You just ride it, baby.
the number one thing about trains is that there's a fucking conductor. You gotta then call it the
No,
hype
no.
hurricane.
No, the number one thing about trains is that they're on a track.
Yeah,
And
they're
you can't drive
tied
them
for
anywhere.
first.
But somebody built the
They're
track,
tied
and we know
for
where it
first.
goes.
Yeah.
Brian, what's your number one thing about trains? Mine, I think, is the passengers, because I'm kind of a people person.
I
All of
slept
them?
a lot on trains. I used to when I
What if
started
there was a
working with you
murderer?
guys. When I started working
Yeah.
with you guys, I was commuting from Connecticut, and I would go from
were?
one end of Metro North to the other end of Metro North every day, and I was very tired.
Wow, that
Wow.
sucks. that
does
sounds
suck.
bad.
You
Also,
did that for
Connecticut
us?
sucks.
I'm flattered, honestly.
Just for you.
Just for us.
Well, Watching Watchers subbed and is gifting 5 subs.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I got
Wow.
I got an
Got it.
emote thanks to their gift.
So everyone.
Thank you for
There's
giving the
confetti
channel an emote to their own channel. I like that emote though, a little doggy or a little bear, I mean. Looks like so maybe a mouse, some sort of little round-eared thing in a box, in a gift box.
Oh my gang, the hype train is real.
Oh, and happy first night of Hanukkah to my Jews in the chat. my
Happy
fellow
first night of
Jews.
Hanukkah.
I believe
Happy
it's the first night.
Hanukkah. It is the first night. I am a Gentile.
A
But-
goy, a shiksa.
I'm a goy, no shiksa, yeah.
I'm a goy, I'm a shiksa. There could be a parody sort of Jewish song there.
It would be
Okay.
really timely.
Mm-hmm. It would be, people would be like, I've been waiting for this just this week.
We should throw in a Four Non-Blondes parody while we're at it.
Four
20
Non-Blondes
blondes
would be
a
the
year
name
for
of
it.
a Jewish
Noodle on that.
band.
Excuse me?
I said Four Non-Blondes would be the name of a Jewish band.
Oh, no, I heard you, Eli.
Oh.
That's a fair point. I was wondering what Brian said.
I was gonna say, while we noodle on that, maybe we can talk about this dungeon we all find ourselves in
Yeah.
with the cast of Gilligan's Island.
Set up the sailor to the tour. They stuck right
Ginger
down.
got acid in her face, and now her face is falling off.
She's losing several teeth, and she's not doing great.
I'm just
A
gonna turn off
3-hour tour.
turn off everyone else's microphones and let Carolyn really flounder here. Also, I watched some Gilligan's Island because the last time I was like, I don't really know what he sounds like. I hadn't watched it recently enough, and I rewatched it, and Gilligan doesn't have a voice like at all. He just he's just He sounds like a completely normal guy, but he's
It's just John
really
Denver,
dumb.
baby. Bob Denver is one of the Denvers.
Bob
It's a
Denver.
fun
John Denver
fact.
was the singing man.
Yeah.
Fun fact, Gilligan actually evolved. If you rub a moonstone on him, he evolves into Fred Armisen.
This is.
And you seem to be confused. That's a Pokemon thing.
Mhm.
This is a TV show.
Gilligan is a Pokemon, and Fred Armisen is the evolved version of a
I
Pokemon.
don't.
Is Fred
I think you're
Armisen-
mixing things up.
Fred Armisen, why? Because of water? Islands?
'Cause they look the same.
Gilligan and Fred Armisen?
Bob Denver and Fred Armisen look the same.
Look, I don't doubt that if Fred Armisen was still on a Saturday Night Live and there was the time and opportunity to make a Gilligan Island sketch, that he would have played Gilligan. But I do not think that they actually.
I think that Fred Armisen has a rather
Well-
square face, and Gilligan has a very long neck and a round face.
Charmander and Charizard don't look identical, do they?
Well,
It's
now,
called-
but then he could just evolve into anyone. Where's
Well,
your
I like
logic?
this.
Yes,
Brian,
final
start
form
the
is
show.
James Gandolfini.
Yeah. Okay.
Start the show.
Let's see. The cast of Gilligan's Island, the fantasy TV&D equivalent of Gilligan's Island, found themselves shipwrecked on an island with a set of stairs into the ground that leads into a massive, mysterious dungeon that hopefully might have some clues on how to get off this island. Maybe or maybe not, if the show Gilligan's Island is any indication. Let's see. Do we have on screen currently the map?
Yes.
Great. So over here in this chamber, there you guys found a door with a series of a bunch of magical vines sort of blocking the way forward. Ginger cut through them, was sprayed with plant acid, and has been having a bad time ever since. But
Yes.
maybe you'll find something in this dungeon that will help you continue forward.
I just need
because-
to say that a bunch of magical vines blocking the way forward sounds so much like my experience of an anxiety attack that it's just like, I just want to share that with everyone. Okay, please continue.
So you
no,
doing
no.
all right,
People
Carolyn?
could connect
No,
to
I'm
that.
not great. I'm not great, but I'm better now that we're all here.
You've
No, I
just
get-
been watching the best of Fred Armisen and having anxiety attacks is your whole week. I was like, I could compare what mine feel like, but then I feel like then we would never do the show. So I tucked it down, and we'll talk about it after the show.
Okay, we'll text about it later.
Okay, so you guys have been exploring the dungeon, and then we ended last session with a pretty climactic battle against a giant plant monster
Yes.
that nearly killed everyone. But
I have full HP. I just wanna
Gilligan
say.
does have full HP.
I've been killing
Um,
it.
You've been
So-
doing it.
I
also
guess
have-
my initial questions are: who are all of you playing currently, and do you want to swap anyone out?
I'm
I
Gilly.
think
Oops, go ahead.
swapping people out is a cop out.
The coward.
Yeah. Swap me out when I'm dead, Brian.
Mhm.
I'm Tony,
Okay,
and I'm playing the skipper.
It's like-
He is the rootin' tootin'est captain of Her Majesty's the Minnow, and I am somewhat damaged as I lead the crew down exactly one flight of stairs. It doesn't seem like we've gotten very far into this dungeon at all.
I'm Gilligan, the lovable goof and idiot. I've taken no damage. I'm invulnerable, basically. I have a power that allows me to turn any fail into a success, but with complications attached. But luckily, so far, the complications seem to mostly doom those around me and not have any ill effect on me whatsoever. So yeah, I'm 6 out of 6 health or whatever, and I'm killing it, and everybody else is almost dead.
I'm Ginger, a sort of Marilyn Monroe knockoff with a ton of agency. I was very badly hurt in a fight last time and I'm close to death. Once per session, I can reveal a new advanced skill from a role I performed in a play. And I add this to my advanced skills. I'm Ginger. Happy birthday.
I got it. There we go.
The Marilyn Monroe entrance to the voice.
Yeah.
So, gang, we're just in a giant dungeon with sort of brown stonework, dirt/mud floors.
Sand.
Yes.
Because
There's
it's the
probably some sand there.
There's
Tony
probably
brings up
some
a
sa-
good point. Can you revise your dungeon, sir? Can
Yeah,
you
right.
Yeah.
Go back. Start the show over. Start
Fix
the show over.
everything.
You're probably gonna have to replan this entire thing. Actually,
I'm sending to a wait screen. Why don't you fix this? And then we'll be back.
We find ourselves in this dark dungeon, not the darkest dungeon, just a dark one. But the wilted corpse of this plant monster and its vines that were possibly life forces were connected to it are all wilted and dead. There is a door to the south. Though that's where you came. The chat last time, the ruckus, made the beast happen. You haven't encountered it yet, but you've heard it.
I guess the beast.
Right, the beast.
Moving throughout the dungeon. You've heard wet chomping noises from behind doors, but you have not seen it yourselves yet. And then to the west, there is another wooden door that, before you even ask, does not look locked.
All right. So off to our west, we can go. That's the door we opened. And
Let's
then
go to the west.
I think that Skipper is hoisting his belt up and looking around and seeing that the only direction to really go is west, and he says, so west then."
Who physically opens the door?
that's got to be Gilligan, of course.
"So west then," and then Skipper pushes Gilligan up to the door.
Sure thing.
Great. Gilligan, you push open the door and are hit with this blast of cold air. And then
I shiver so
before you-
dramatically. I'm like, hey,
ahead of you is, so there are a couple of like torches lining the walls in the room that you're in. So there's like this dim light. However, this room to the west is pure darkness, aside from a couple of spider webs hanging immediately in sort of the porthole.
But we have torches we got out of like a box, don't we?
You do have torches.
Yeah, they are all crammed awkwardly into the pocket of my khakis.
Let's light one of the. Can I light one of the torch? Let's light up the torches off the torches in here. And then
You
I was gonna say I don't know if you
I'll
guys.
say Ginger will take a torch.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys have played a little game called Zelda, but spiderwebs and fire. That's a puzzle to be solved. That's
A delightful puzzle.
yes. So we light
I
great.
also have a torch.
So lighting up some torches, you can see this tiny chamber. Spider webs cover the entire area. It's thick with it. There is
webs.
a door to the north. One second. A door to the north. However, as you step into the room, your torches dimly lighting the very creepy area, you can hear a very faint "Help me."
It's that orange and red guy from the map.
It is. If you look over in the corner, you can see a man in orange and red tangled up in some webs. He's got this thick beard. He's covered in like dust and stuff. He's been down here for a while, and he's trapped in the webs. And you can he just lets out another groan of "Help me."
Skipper stands out of the way and gestures to Ginger and Gilligan and says, "Well, you heard him. Help him."
I would also I gave Ginger back this short sword. I'm not holding like all the weapons anymore, so that there's some agency. Yeah, we're gonna help him.
Ginger says,
We've got to help him. Happy birthday. Gotta help him.
I'm just like, oh, how long have you been down here?
All you hear back is this like from a dry throat with no will left to live, or just the barest will left to live.
He
Well,
sounds like he really needs help. Skipper.
it's
G-
it's
Gilligan,
not in
let him-
it's not in my inventory as far as I can see in the character sheet. But as the skipper, can I just assume that I have a flask or bottle full of Navy proof rum?
Of course.
Then I offer to wet his whistle and say, "Listen there, friend. Sounds like you could use a little drink."
He's
Oh, this is better than water. This'll do you right. Ugh! And like the hair on my arm just like stands up.
Skipper never drinks water. Only that stuff.
That's why his face is so red and taut and puffy.
Yeah.
I just threw a
his-
poll into chat.
Threw a what?
Oh no.
Oh.
I'm gonna. Well, can I take an action while that poll is occurring?
A spider
Yes.
appear.
Brian, can you read the chat options for audio only people?
I think that makes a lot of
Or
sense.
sorry, the poll options rather.
The poll that I just threw into chat is does ... a spider appear, or ... it doesn't, which doesn't make sense grammatically, but hey, here we are.
Does
It's a
it doesn't.
tight race so far.
It's actually
would-
very, very tight.
I would like to cut the webbing from around this man. Ginger realizes that she has this short sword, and she would like to cut the webbing, cut him out.
I can
Of the
help.
weapon.
So
I think I have a knife, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, you have like a pocket
Yeah, I
knife.
have like a regular knife, not like a sword.
They used to be my knife, I believe, but I do have a round shield.
Yeah.
This is a communist island. We all share it.
Hmm.
So you cut the man free. He's very the man is not looking good.
Yeah, he's
and
useless. Tell me about it.
as you cut him down, you're a little more aware of that his stomach appears very swollen.
Oh fuck.
And he
Yeah,
is
you,
very
Skipper.
pale, his eyes sunken, and as from the corner of the room, a
Man,
giant spider drops down to the floor. The man lets out this wretched scream of
I think
as
your audio cuts out every time you make a weird noise because Discord
Yeah.
doesn't know how to
Yeah.
handle whatever you're doing.
It kind of made it scarier.
Yeah.
It did. It did. The monster always hiding in the shadows is scarier.
yes, I watched back a VOD the other day and I noticed none of my screams.
Hey Brian, can I offer some
many
color
screams.
to this?
What's that?
Can I offer some color to this? Is this guy a guy?
It's a guy, yeah.
I mean, is he like is he a character or is he like just a guy?
He's just a guy.
Oh, okay. Then we are going to make him Wrongway Feldman, a fighter pilot who has crash landed on the island and is apparently a recurring Gilligan's Island character that we all know so well.
There we go.
Yeah.
Love
Um,
Wrong Way
Just to give it some flavor, this guy is some kind of pilot.
Has he
Well,
been eating eggs? I really don't like what's
little
going on
baby
with him.
spiders bursted their way out of his stomach, and so now there's a big spider and a bunch of little spiders.
It's kind of like they were piloting him. What an ironic twist.
Wow.
So he's now dead, just hollowed out.
You
from-
lie to your face.
I don't like his fucking belly exploding with little spiders one bit. Gross. That's what I'd say.
The skipper
When you're playing
screams
role-playing
and
games-
jumps into Gilligan's arms.
This is worth noting when you're playing role-playing games. It's always good to institute an X thing of, hey, no, I don't like this. That always applies, even if we're live and doing a show.
No,
oh,
it's
what? We're talking
fine.
about consent in role playing. Is this like the red light or
So
my
it's
personal
good,
favorite?
no, I don't like that. Yeah.
No,
Oh, okay,
I
that's
don't
really
need
good
it
to
to
know.
stop. I mean, I think I dislike it as much as any normally functioning individual would dislike a bunch of baby spiders crawling out of the stomach of a man. You know?
I get it. Yeah, no, I get. Just felt like a good opportunity to talk about the X, which I think is a good role-playing tool that you can use at home. I play a lot of horror games, so it's useful.
Oh,
Uh,
I
but,
never heard of that. This is a revelation.
That's good.
What's the
Take
accelerator
care of each
word?
other. What was that?
What's the accelerator word? You know, in like, I'm confusing it with kink stuff. Let's go. What are you...
This will be our most heavily edited episode yet.
So little baby spiders have crawled their way out of the stomach of this man that you have rescued. Oh, and a big spider has sunk its way down to the floor. Let's see. Let's roll initiative. 1, 2, 3. The monsters go. 4, 5, 6. You guys go.
Monsters it is.
Monsters it is. So, Ginger.
Not.
A whole bunch of little spiders begin to swarm you.
I bet they're.
I need you to make
mouth hole.
You gotta
I
plug
need
up
you to make
everything. That's one of these spiders getting in.
3. I need you to make 3 defense rolls and hit a 13 or higher, or you're gonna take damage from these little guys crawling all over you.
Okay, my internet's being shitty. What did that just roll? Can you see?
I do not have a roll.
It hasn't gone through yet.
Oh,
There it is.
Got one.
16.
16. Boom. The first one, it's on you. It's on your fucking skin, but it hasn't bitten you.
okay. Here's another.
Here's another one.
Ooh.
Nat 20.
Nat 20.
At 20, you are fine. We need one more.
17.
Wow, Ginger, how do you get these little fucking spiders off of you before they manage to bite you?
So Ginger's like all of her flesh on this side is gone. So just she has teeth, several teeth falling out. So they crawl inside of her mouth, and then she like a tooth falls down on one and flicks it out at the same. It like pushes the spider out. It like got purchase on her tooth, and then it falls out. Okay, fair enough. She swats them away. She swats them away.
No, not my birthday.
This has escalated so quickly. My God. What's
Gilligan,
in the next room?
Gilligan, 2 are coming for you. You're gonna have to make 2 defense rolls yourself.
Okay. On an IRL non-RP note, Brian, maybe check your Discord settings. I'm pretty sure it's picking up through your iPhone headphones, which is maybe why it's so choppy. But
I will double check.
Sweet. What is the roll for me to be made?
Let's see. You're gonna roll a d20 and try to. You can add your dodging +2. Try to hit a 13 or higher.
For 2 of them, over 13.
Yes.
Okay. No, that's one of them is a critical fail. Is bad. I've done that.
I have noise suppression on. Maybe that's doing it.
That is incredibly better. Yes.
So
leave that. Better. Whatever you did. Whatever you did, do not ever touch that button again. My God.
Wow. Brian's back, folks. It's like I never left New York. I'm there with him now.
Yeah. Thanks, Discord. Yeah, you suppressed the wrong noise, you dumb program.
Well, Brian's voice is noise.
There was a noise suppression option, and I hit it, and like this clearly must be better.
So that's a really bad for one of them. Is it went bad, and now.
Okay, so you were going to take 1 damage.
Can I make
12.
a bit of color here also, as long as I'm at it? So Skipper, having jumped into Gilligan's arms out of fright for the spiders, sees the spider crawling on Gilligan's face and says, "Gilligan, your face!" and slaps the spider on Gilligan's face, missing, of course, but just slapping Gilligan really hard to deal that 1 point of damage.
Yow, yow, yow. And then I also failed the second roll, so it's still going bad for me.
Oh no.
Gilligan himself.
No. So that is another point of damage gone. Gilligan, you're maybe not feeling so great.
Whoops,
Skipper.
missed it. And I slap back the other direction.
Oh wait, but I forgot I could just make those rolls go away. I won't do it now,
You
but I'll
could.
remember that for next time.
Skipper, as you're slapping Gilligan, causing this damage to him, the giant spider drops behind you. And you
It's
are
right
going...
behind me, isn't it?
Yes.
Its fangs lunge for you, sinking its fangs into your tasty flesh. You're going to make a roll for me, BD 13.
Oh my god, here we go. It is a 7.
Oh no.
Of course.
So you are...
Probably dead.
It sinks its teeth into you, and its venom, like its little things, like pustules on its mouth, begin to twitch as it pumps venom into your body.
No!
I need you to make a death save for me, bud.
Great.
You're gonna roll a d20, try to hit a 13.
Either way, my body goes taut and like freezes in place with like a little comical violin pluck. Boing! Here we go. Death save roll. It's
Whoa.
a 5.
Skipper, would you like to describe your death via spider poison?
So I freeze comically with that little like boing, and and it seems very like Gilligan appropriate, you know, very Gilligan's Island appropriate. And then my entire innards and skeleton liquefy and pour out my mouth in a horrible way.
That feels
is
very Gilligan to you?
extremely not Nick at Night appropriate. It is a very quick and dark turn.
What body horror did you guys all watch before you jumped on the Discord call that I missed?
I think my empty sailor dressed carcass, which is now kind of like a deflated mylar balloon on the ground as it leaks out and my eyeball kind of falls out of the eye socket hole and rolls out my mouth, whispers, "Little buddy," to Gilligan. You know, to assure him that even though I'm dead in the most horrible way possible, that it will all be okay because he has the skills to get the kills to get us through this.
God Gamer Gilligan. It's doing it. I'm not quite sure how I react to that. Probably like, Skipper, are you okay? I ask Ginger for like a band-aid. Like, do you have a bandage for the Skipper?
Ginger completely freezes and then just looks up towards where the sky would be in this dark hellhole and lets out a scream that cannot be described as human sound and does not respond to Gilligan at all.
Guys, we got out of the dungeon.
Real fast. Tony, would you like to pick a new character?
Yeah. The millionaire, Mr. Howell, arrives saying, "Well, I say, are we getting out of here yet or what? You're taking long enough, sure." Oh! And then screams at the spider.
How does do they just get teleported in? They just get TP'd in?
I think the millionaire was making its way through the dungeon and then just
We're
happened to arrive.
3 rooms away from
It's
the
true.
stairs. We're so close to the stairs.
It's true.
Mr. Howell comes down and is completely soused and is extremely impatient.
Yeah, I'm like, Gilligan's not looking so good. I mean, Skipper's not looking so good, and he's like a little puddle of flesh and viscera on the floor. I'm not sure he's gonna make it.
That's what the millionaires.
It is your guys' turn.
Well, we're not in the webs, right? I gotta light them webs on fire. I gotta go for it.
Yeah, great. Okay, so you're like just throwing your torch into the webs. It begins to catch.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna say
Somewhere Link is smiling. I learned my lesson from that game.
Throwing your torch into the webs, they immediately begin to catch, and a couple of the little babies, it's a little too much for them, and the immediate heat, they begin like explode into purple ooze. I rolled a d4. 3 of them get caught up in the flames.
Spider
And
babies, much
die.
like real babies, hate fire. hate
Spider
being
Baby
burned alive.
Yoda.
The flames are beginning to catch them. They will continue to spread.
Yes. Perfect. That guy's super dead, I would assume, because his torso exploded. Yeah?
It's hard to come back
He's
from
super
that.
mega died.
Okay. He seems like that's where a lot of the important stuff is, and it all went away. So I feel like I'm not worried about him. Cool.
Ginger would like to begin to flail about. She's in full she's suffered what we call in fantasy and sci-fi a mind break and
Mind break.
So
Chris Angel.
she starts flailing about wildly with this short sword, just letting out this unearthly sound and just trying to blindly whack these spiders.
Great. Go ahead and make an attack roll for me. It's still a 13. Do you have an advanced skill that might help you there?
I am
sword fighting.
Sword fighting is an advanced skill of mine.
Great. Go ahead and add +3 to this roll.
You got it.
I'd say to
18.
I say to Hal, I'm like, I think Ginger's starting to lose it.
I'm again moving my drink out of the way from it being swiped by her sword and saying, as long as I don't lose this drink.
Ginger, you managed to squash one of the spiders with the blunt end of your sword.
Great.
Let's see. Thurston, would you like, or Mr. Howell?
Yeah. So now everybody calm down for just 1 second. Let's sort this out. I want to use my special smite. I can clench my fist and temporarily put an end to the ruckus, as it were, by dazing monsters.
Oh, hell
So
yeah. That
I
rules.
can roll 1d6
I say
times 10.
about an ability I wrote myself.
Yeah, I was like, who has smite in this?
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Wow. Okay, so you smite this thing. It is the
rolled my
spider.
dice. It is a 3.
The spider is fully, its eyes like roll to the back of its head. Is that a thing spiders do? I don't know.
There'll be a lot of
Anytime
eyes
they
rolling.
go Boop, 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 boop.
But I don't think they have pupils.
You can still visibly tell this spider is gonked. Just not there currently. As it's like clawing around, it's sort of twitching, but for the next 30 minutes, it ain't doing anything.
Now that's
Except burn it
better, I
up.
say, and I kind of toast my drink to the spider.
And I look at Howell and I like gesture to the next door. I'm like, shall we, Mr. Howell? Is it? I'm still serving him because he hired
By
me.
all means. I can't remember. Does the millionaire like have a hat?
He sometimes
If he
has a
wants
hat.
to, he's got all the
I
money
think
in the world.
he kind of picks up the skipper's hat and like kind of twirls it on his finger and then he puts it on in a jaunty
I
way too.
fucking-
Kind of like
Grab it off your head.
well, all the same, I kind of take out I don't know, another.
It's like the meanest
little
anyone's
rich
ever.
man's cap.
It's like the most threatening Gilligan's ever been in his life. With his fucking head. It's twice the man you were. Sorry. After you, Mr. Howell.
There is still one surviving baby spider.
Not for long. This shit's on fire. Peace.
That is true.
Ginger sends a silent prayer to the old gods that it will kill her.
Let me
She's
do
in immense pain.
1 or a 2 on a d6. This will kill the spider before we even go into another round. Oh no, it survives. Which means we're gonna do another initiative roll. 1, 2, 3 is the monsters. 4, 5, 6 is you guys. It's your turn.
There's one baby spider left.
There's one baby spider left, but it's a real asshole.
I'll step on it.
Go ahead and make a roll for me.
I use my power. I get it. I do step on it. Take that,
This will
combat
definitely be
round.
worth it to step on a little spider.
So Gilligan, for anyone just joining us, Gilligan can turn any failed roll into a positive. And I know what's going to happen, but I'm going to wait.
Squish?
So, it's been squished.
He can turn any roll into a positive, but then there's an unforeseen consequence.
It's a monkey's. It's the classic
Yes.
monkey's paw situation.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. You have to tell me
so
eventually.
everything seems okay for the moment. What do you do? The big spider is dazed. And there is a door to the north.
I think we go through the door because that thing's gonna burn up while it's dazed. Because this shit's also this room's on fire, so we should probably skedaddle.
Also, there's still that other monster at our backs.
Oh, the
Thurston
beast.
Howell the third takes out a monogrammed handkerchief and wipes some bits of the skipper off of his body.
Whoa. Yeah.
Well there, old boy, you're quite the mess today, aren't you?
I'm gonna take one of his bones so we can bury it.
No, you can
Which
take
bone?
part of his skin. His bones liquefied and came out through his mouth.
His bones liquefied? So he's
Yeah,
just
his bones
Yeah, his entire everything liquefied, and so
Yeah.
now he's just like a wet sock.
it's like when a dog has a poop and you can't even pick it up because it's too messy.
Yeah.
I
Nice.
think that you could probably shake him out and like fold him up like a kind of like mechanic overalls. Like they're kind of awkward to fold, but you could probably get him down into like a little square that you could put into a satchel.
I really thought you were getting sick, Carolyn. I got really concerned.
That's
Um,
acting.
Oh, it's
I
acting.
never
Yeah, I'll just kind of like put two sticks in the shape of a cross in the puddle of Skipper.
The cross like melts down into it because it's
Yeah.
still filled with venom.
Ba, 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 ba. We did it.
So the spider in the corner is like. "Brr, brr, 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 brr."
And then, so we're going out the door to the north, yes? Yes. Sir?
Is that the move?
Northward ho!
Great. So as you guys open the door and step into the room, to reveal the area real fast. If you close the door behind you, and we see the spider. What was supposed to take 30 minutes, regaining its sense of self again. It is now fully. You will have to deal with this spider on the way back out, if it doesn't burn out.
Oh, because there's no
I
doors in
shut
this
the door very calmly and say, "We'll deal with him on the way out."
So you find yourselves in a hall, a purple carpet stretched out before you, a couple of columns, and a very large Zelda-style chest at the very
I
end.
told you that's why the webs were there.
I see the carpet and I say, "It looks like they were expecting us."
I'm like, oh, well, I don't want to get it dirty, so I won't step on the carpet. But I will kind of look at the. I don't think they did this in Gilligan, but I do sort of get whatever the more realistic equivalent of dollar signs rotating into where my pupils were, like at the
You
chest.
probably like blink at it and it makes a cha-ching noise.
Yeah. I'm like, Skipper loved treasure.
Ginger screams again.
Ginger is just screaming her head off. Literally.
Now, we should let the most financially solvent of us handle the Treasury Department. Let me try that one again. The millionaire says that he should be the one to open the chest because he knows his way around money.
Well, I reach into when you say financially solvent, I pull out the classic button and a piece of lint from one of my pockets. And I go, yeah, you take the treasure. Trickle down economics. Sounds good to me. Gilligan. Known idiot.
The millionaire is very excited to vote for Reagan in whatever TV&D form.
Yeah. Who
He
wasn't?
will take it in another 10 years,
Yeah.
15 years. 10 years in TV&D time. I opened the chest.
The millionaire. You swing open the lid of the chest and
Hook shot.
you each receive a +1 weapon of your choice.
Ooh.
Oh, that is sweet. I know what I want already. The millionaire is in fact an elven paladin. If we hadn't said that since the first episode when we went through the characters, and he has +3 to lance fighting. So I would like an ornate, stupid, unwieldy, big, largely decorative lance.
Beautiful. It's also worth noting these are only +1 to your characters. Currently, if you were to bring in another character, it wouldn't be +1 to another.
I'll what's a good Gilligan weapon? Ginger, you still screaming? What's going on with you?
Yeah, Ginger's gonna take a +1 to sword fighting.
I get can I have a mop?
Fuck yeah, you can have a mop.
Nice. I get a mop.
I love the idea of this. There's this little chest, and pull out a tremendous lance from this little chest, and then a very big ornate sword, and then a mop for Gilligan at the very end.
No, the mop was leaning next to the chest, and it like fell into the chest when you opened it, but I think it's part of the treasure. Wow. Imagine this must be one powerful mop.
So for example, Tony, you have +3 to sword fighting. Instead, add 4.
Sounds great.
Great.
I love it.
So that appears to be all that's in this room. What do you do?
How's the fire doing that's locked in that room with this spider?
There's a little bit of like smoke coming from under the door.
Well, that means don't go in there. I learned that in 4th grade. So
I think we have to go in there before the fire gets worse.
Eventually, all fires get better.
Yeah, but then it'll get worse while we're in there.
Come on, Carolyn, you lived in California for 1 year. Just wait out fire season.
This is what we call a controlled burn. It's to burn everything in that room so that any further fires in the dungeon won't spread.
Should we take a short rest while the fire slowly eats away at the oxygen in this underground cavern?
I've already got drinks made for everybody.
I did it.
If you'd like to wait it out, I will let you regain 1d4 hit points. And I'll roll a 1d6 on a 1, 2, 3. The spider has died in the fire.
Ginger is frantic to leave this place and is scrabbling at the door like a rabid animal.
Yeah.
Like a rat.
Ginger is desperate to leave this place. Carolyn is desperate for Ginger to leave the campaign. Look, I just say to Ginger, I'm like, don't go in there. But you're just screaming.
Ginger, if you would like to handle this while everyone else takes a short rest, that's also an option.
Yeah, Ginger's gonna do it. She's feeling bold in a dangerous way.
You got a +1 weapon.
Can I add some color to it? This entire time, Ginger's been scratching at the door and like pushing at it, and then Hal leans over and it's a pull door, and he's opened it for her.
She breaks from her fury and goes, "Thank you," and then goes back into a rage, and then goes through the door.
Ginger, in the flames have now consumed this room, and which I will demonstrate now by drawing red all over it.
Yeah. You know what? Flames are red.
Depending on what they're burning. I don't know what color spiders make. I haven't burned enough.
This spider has taken some damage from the fire. Let's see how much.
I would hope so.
Not very much. But Ginger, this spider like starts snapping its pincer things. What do you do?
Ginger's gonna attack it with this new sword.
Ginger's gonna fucking run it down main. Ginger's gonna int really hard.
Do that shit.
Ginger, go ahead and make an attack roll.
Ginger remembers a play that she did of a little fantasy play called Lord of the Rings, and she played Sam, and she fucked up a spider. Let's go.
I'm just
7.
watching through the doorway with the professor, or what? No, who's it got? The howl, and I'm just like, she's so brave.
Sure, she is. I'm flipping through like a cigar aficionado, like a tome or whatever, because they don't have magazines while enjoying a cigar.
Periodical.
A periodical, yes.
You're enjoying a periodical.
Ginger, so with that 7, that's +5 with your weapon. Because you have sword fighting 4 and then a +1 weapon.
I had sword fighting 3 and then a +1. I just changed it.
Got it. So that's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That is not enough to hit. It your sword just sort of hits a chunk of it, but it doesn't seem to damage it in any way. The spider lunges back for you. Go ahead and make a defense roll.
We got. Oh, what is that?
16.
Okay, 16.
That is a 16. You clash. You wrangle with it. You push it off of you. It doesn't manage to get its fangs into you. Back in the room, what's going on?
Never seen someone so disappointed to roll well. It's like devastated. I'm just now me and Hal are betting, I think.
We like crack open the door and then I shut it again and I say whoop, and I like flip open like a comically large wallet and hand a bill to Gilligan.
Yeah,
Ginger, I'll ask you a question real fast. If you want to sacrifice yourself, you can have mutually assured destruction. You can die, the spider can die. Or we can see what happens.
I as Carolyn want to see what happens because I believe in a warrior passing through fire.
I feel like
I want to watch Carolyn roll like nothing below a 15 for an hour. And just through pure attrition.
Just gonna throw the option out there.
I have to take the more interesting path and try and fight this spider.
Brian, I know that you want this to be like a real bloodbath, so can I offer something to it to give it stakes? Since I think it's all pretty transparent to all of us that Ginger's gonna die at some point soon.
Lay it bare.
Can a critical fail or something potentially adversely impact whatever character comes in next for Carolyn?
Ooh.
Depending on how hard she tanks it.
What a dick move by Tony.
Yes.
Hey, what if the rules were that Carolyn's gonna fucking have a hard time?
Tony.
Yeah,
I'm gonna need you to do a little work for me here. While we play out what happens, I want you to come up with some options for the chat to decide what impairment comes on Carolyn's next character.
What role-playing system is this, by the way?
Motherfucking a free Kriegspiel, baby! Okay. You come into my house and ask me what role-playing system this is.
I'm in my house. There's a pandemic.
My house! So Tony, you're going to come up with some impairments, and then chat will get to decide if a critical fail happens.
Yeah, totally.
Great.
Get after it, Ginger, Carolyn.
Ginger, it is your turn. What happens?
Let's try to.
I don't
I'm
want to
gonna-
just make it a roll off. There's got to be narrative. But
Yeah. Ginger is crouched on one knee, kind of taken down by some blows in the heat of the fire, and she looks up. The spider's eyes glint, and she says, "I am no man," which is not a Samwise line, but another iconic Lord of the Rings line. And then she tries to stab up into the spider's mouth to go up through the roof of its mouth. And stab its brains. Where do the heads? The brain is where the heads are. The head is where the brain is.
Great.
That's a science lesson.
Like that.
And
head-on
now
stuff.
I'll roll for it. 15.
Great. You do a damage to it.
Yeah, dude.
Got him.
Now I don't want to
however-
die, and now that stakes, baby. We found our own way in. Let's go.
So you've got the sword like sunk into the roof of its weird little spider mouth, but you've like popped its venom sac, which is now like gushing over your hand as you like sink the sword into its flesh, as it's like pushing itself onto the sword to get its pincers closer to you. Make a defense roll.
Nat 20. Hit it. Oh.
Close, though. Close.
Close.
It sinks its fucking fangs into you, and the poison sac is like sputtering. It's not getting in the venom it normally would. So you're gonna make a death save right now for me, but with advantage.
Okay. We got
Please, Ginger, don't die.
14
Ginger, no.
and 14.
You did it.
Ginger,
Yay!
you are alive currently. You're not feeling good, but it is your turn.
She made it.
Ginger remembers
I sadly give the $1 back to Pal. Sorry, Ginger. It wasn't looking
Like-
good.
Keep it coming, and like Gilligan has to give me the lint from his pocket also.
Yeah.
Ginger remembers a role in a play where she played an arm wrestler, and she feels that
Over the
strength.
Top, the play, the stage
Yeah,
adaptation
she
of
was
Over the Top. Mhm.
And she feels the strength of that character coursing through her veins, and her sword arm becomes stronger, and so she would like to just add strength. This is my special. Once per session, you reveal a new advanced skill you know from a role you performed at a play, and so this would be just like strength and power to like drive the sword deeper into the spider's mouth.
You turn your hand on the hilt and then re-grab it like that from over the
Yeah.
top. Get a different grip on it.
The forbidden grip. Yeah.
Here we go.
Go ahead and make that. Oh
That's a 5.
no!
Does it say attack?
But I
Um,
can add +3, so that's still an
that's an
8, which
8.
is not enough.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the
I think like a baby
like-
has like an AC of 9. This is rough.
So you're sinking your sword deeper into the spider, but it's just pushing its fangs deeper into you, just mutually assured destruction. So go ahead and make a defense roll for me.
Okay.
Natural 20. Ka-chow.
If you roll a nat 20, you get to but
How
you
about
don't.
a 9?
You don't. Ginger, you take a damage and make a death save for me with advantage again.
10. 12.
Ginger, what's your death look like?
As the poison seeps into my already open wounds, I can feel the same fate overtaking me that overtook the good skipper. And I look over to his, there's no other word for it, flaccid corpse. And I know that fate is coming to me. But I look back on all the roles that I played and all of the brief but great adventures that I had. And I feel nothing but glory and peace as I liquefy and scream like crazy and die.
I sadly give my dollar back. Or which one? Who has the dollar now? Whoever has it, who gives it to the other one?
I have the dollar, and
I look very pleased, and I snatch it back.
Yeah.
Tony,
They gotta
did you
stop
have,
getting bit by those giant spiders.
Tony, did you have restrictions to put on Carolyn's next character or debuffs?
Well, yeah, I have 2 options. How many options did I need?
Great. 2 sounds good. And then let's put a third one of she didn't roll a critical fail, and we won't put one on her. What were they?
Wait, I'm sorry.
You
like,
finally got rid of that bad character, Carolyn.
Okay.
Enjoy this one that has.
Option 1 would be that they're hit in the head with a coconut, and they think that they're the king of Catch-All City, which, you know, I mean, the queen of Catch-All City, I think it would be more appropriate with whatever that trope is. And then option 2 is that they would like burst into the room to like, what's going on? And they would get like splashed in the face with combo fire and spider venom, and it would melt off their face so that their teeth are falling out the side of their face.
What?
Don't
Yeah,
do that one.
Those feel fair.
God damn it, Tony. I think I'd like to be the professor next.
Great. Poll
if
going.
that's cool. And I'm gonna go pee.
Vamp,
I'm gonna be
Phil.
real. We got a thing going for a minute. If you're gonna go pee, I'm gonna go pee.
Oh my god! I need to go get my computer charger, and that's more important. That's more important than peeing. Eli, can you hold the fort?
Eli stream. Eli
What's up,
stream.
everybody? What do you want to talk about?
I'll be back in 10 seconds.
Hello, welcome to Eli's stream. This is my show. It's TV&D, and everybody else just got kicked off. Now it's just me. Here, let's play some D&D. Why don't we? A goblin enters the room. What's up, Alex Letty? Thank you. A goblin enters the room. I attack it. I natural 20 the goblin. Eli stream. Eli stream. I destroy the goblin. I'm the best at D&D. Thank you so much for watching this. I just wrecked a goblin. It's the best.
I'm back.
I rolled a natural 20 and killed a goblin. No big deal.
I did
Are you
it.
playing Dungeons and Dragons by yourself, Eli?
I played a little mini Dungeons and Dragons fight where I fought a goblin and I rolled a natural 20.
Wow.
What?
Congratulations!
So, yeah.
Eli killed a goblin in his own little single turn D&D campaign. Well,
That's
whatever it was doing.
amazing.
Thank you guys.
Oh, that's
Jewels
fun.
is drawing Bingus. Nice. I'm trying to remember all the physical characteristics of Bingus.
He had one big tooth.
I do remember that. What do I think about OSU getting to play the big game? I have not been following college football very closely this year because the college I like is very bad, and also it has a lot of things to think about that I don't want to think about with making those. So I've just removed myself from it. But
I think the one turn side quest idea is very fun.
one turn side quest.
Yeah.
Well, I did really good at it, actually. I would say most people would say I won. So pretty good.
Executed by anyone.
I fought a goblin and I rolled once and I got a nat 20. So that was the campaign that happened while you guys were all peeing.
I didn't pee. I got a power cord. It's very different. Some
Oh
credit,
yeah,
please.
I gotta go
Yeah,
get I get a power cord a couple times a week, a couple times a day.
What's this euphemism for in your mind now, Eli?
Yeah. Oh yeah. If your dad, if you're older, make sure, and you're having trouble getting a power cord, make sure to get your prostate checked for getting a power cord. Yeah.
This is gross.
So what
Yeah,
happened
this
to
is gross.
Professor? The new professor.
Okay. So the one that actually won was no complications. The chat took mercy.
Oh, nice.
I think I can.
Wow.
I think everyone can join me in saying, "Get fucked, Tony."
No one can join you in saying that. No one can join you at all. Why would anyone join you in saying that?
Nice. Somebody clipped
so-
my stream within a stream. I'm gonna plug that really heavy this week. Check out my 30-second stream while everyone was going to the bathroom. You get that up on YouTube separately. Its own video. It's pretty good.
That's happening now. That's...
It literally was, I was like, a goblin comes in, I attack it, and then I rolled a 20. I win.
Oh, that was your crit of the night.
All right. Okay. So there's the floor of this fucking spider room is absolutely caked with just people, just melted people.
Yes.
So there's 3 corpses. It's littered with dead baby spiders. The large spider is also alive.
The large spider has died of its wounds.
The large spider is dead. I can see that from the large X over the spider.
The X's do indicate deaths.
The spider died. What do they say on Game of Thrones when someone dies and they don't want to say what happened? And is it just me? Chat?
Never seen it.
Never seen it? Come on, Tony.
You just watched the last episode.
I don't remember.
Tony.
It's like
Oh,
when the
I
king
did
dies.
watch the final episode. I had to find out who won because apparently that was the premise.
They
It
were
was
like-
it was one of the kids, I think.
Nah, oh, somebody can see my tabs.
Oh, what were they?
No, it was all right. I'm gonna find what I'm talking about. It was not anything. I was looking up Richard Belzer.
Okay, wait. Reorient me. Where are we
Yes.
in space in
Uh,
this dungeon?
Okay, so Mr. Howell and Gilligan are in this north chamber, or this chamber north of the spider room. The professor is in the plant room on the opposite side. Everything in the spider room is dead, and the flames are dying out because they've consumed all of the webs.
And the millionaire has that nice velvet carpet rolled up, and he rolls it out across the burnt up, disgusting spider, melted ginger, melted skipper room, and
Of course.
salutes the professor and say, "Well, I say, sir, things have gone a bit sideways here today. Don't get your shoes messy."
Great.
Sport, not sir. He's a sport for sure.
Thanks,
So
Blueberry, for subbing.
Pick a blue Burby.
thank you.
Yeah.
So gang, some time has passed. This has been definitely well over 10 minutes of dungeon crawling, which actually means I do need to initiate a poll to see what the random encounter in the dungeon is.
So the professor's in now.
The professor is in.
The
You were in the
professor-
plant room.
Is in. Flip the little
Professor-
placard outside of his door because he's in.
The professor calls out to Gilligan and Co. He smells the smoke. He smells some blood and like viscera and like the dead plants and stuff. And he calls out, "You fellows okay in there? Ginger? Hope everything's
Ginger
all
is
right."
not okay. Professor, Ginger's not okay. Who do you want to know about next?
Well, I guess I saw the skipper go down in here. He
Nope,
must be
he's
all
not
right.
good.
Oh, really? He was kind of the whole, de facto leader, in name only, of course.
Well, I guess
And
by
to
the
be
chain of
fair,
command.
He did crash this ship here, so I guess you could say he got what was coming to him.
You know, I never thought about it, but based on the chain of command, if we're still a naval team of some sort, I guess that makes me the skipper
And
now.
I step in front of him and I say, "It means I'm in charge."
I slit his throat.
That could happen.
I'm
We
just
could go for 3 in this episode.
no. I go quiet, and he's declared himself the skipper. But I clearly have been waiting for this for a long time as Gilligan, and I wouldn't be so bold as to murder him in the sight of. Oh wait, but no one can see us.
The professor says, Well, never mind all that. We're sorry for their losses, but they're still good people to save, and we've got to work together. That's what scientists would do, like me, a scientist, the professor.
I'm considering whether I murder Hal.
There is some fucking fume in this dungeon that is making everyone like kind of turn way
I
more
do
aggressive.
desperately want. This would be the first time PvP has happened
Well-
on TV&D, and I do want to know what would happen.
Well,
no,
you also-
didn't we have a little bit with Christopher and Polly like PvP?
Not
I
true
mean,
PvP.
we didn't have to roll against each other.
Right.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm thinking.
I walk away from him while he's thinking of killing me.
As if
I
you
begin
think you
to
can't.
lead this
As if
group
you think.
to-
Walking away, I believe that would give me like an attack of opportunity, wouldn't it?
I don't see why not.
His back turned to me. Did he put on the? All right, did you put on the fucking hat again? That's important.
No, because you took it away from me.
Oh yeah. Well, now I'm taking this away from you. No, I don't know if I should do it, but I'm definitely not. Gilligan is definitely like 0% invested in Howell surviving anything at this point.
I'm gonna throw it out there. We don't leave it up to chat, do we?
If I attack Howell or not, I'm okay with
Yeah.
that. Do I murder?
All right. This is why you should watch TV&D live. If you're watching this later on YouTube, you get to participate in polls like, does Gilligan attack Mr. Howell?
I think it's reasonable. He just took basically what Gilligan's been working his whole life for, directly after the loss of perhaps his only friend. This is a
I got
very
my
millionaire thing to
sweet
do. This is
Plus
just,
4 lance, and I'm like extremely
I
excited.
got a
to put it
mop.
to
I'll
good
beat the
use.
shit out of you, kid. I got a fancy mop, and I'm good at dodging. And
The poll is up.
you sure you
There's
want to?
also a random encounter roll that happened, and oh no, it's 100% yes so far.
Oh, so there's a real plausible deniability coming in as well. You really want to pick a fight with a guy who has an ability that means I can never lose a roll?
Pick a fight. You're the one who wanted to start this.
It's true.
I'm just here to finish it.
Yeah.
The
So what kind of?
professor's kind of waiting to hear in the other room, like, are you guys coming out? Is everything okay in there?
What's going on with the
Oh,
monsters?
I don't know if there's
what's,
coming back for this.
What's
I
the
think
what's the
that,
random encounter? Oh wait, what's happening?
So the Beast won the random encounter. Once again, join us live.
The vote
but,
for whether I attack Tony is 100 to 0. 100% to 0.
Absolutely, you.
And that's not a low amount of votes. It's
That's-
26 people said yes, and nobody
The
said no.
millionaire like here's the professor asking like what's going on in there, and the millionaire is like trying to look at Gilligan, and Gilligan is like visibly like stewing and is like "Rah!" and the millionaire is saying, well, seems like we'll be a minute, the boy's gone mad.
And I go, oh, this spot, and like you're starting to notice that like maybe I don't always sound as goofy as, and I'm like, oh, the spider's waking back up, and then I just like snap, and like I would like to just come from behind and attack the owl with my knife to the throat.
Great. Go ahead and take a surprise round against
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
Oh, the chat wants to kill you because you're rich.
You're also
Millionaire.
behaving extremely richly.
That's fair. I mean, I would be on Gilligan's side if I was not invested in the survival of my player character.
Let's see. Surprise attack. Hiya. 14 plus. Well, this
14.
is. Yeah.
So
plus
that
7.
will hit. Do you use your +1 mop?
No, I use my knife.
Got it. So you do 1 damage against Mr. Howell, and you have now, the surprise round is over, and you are now in combat. Mr. Howell, if you would like to attack back, you guys can make opposed rolls, and whoever rolls higher does the damage.
Lands a strike like a fencing match.
Yes.
So now it's a mop versus his lance, his golden lance. I would like to say, like, I tried to cut it so that he couldn't scream for help in a way that would make that hard.
I don't. I think you drew blood. I don't know if you did that much.
All right. I didn't puncture his lung. Okay.
Oh my god.
We had a guy's belly was a big egg full of spiders, and now a little light violence.
Big egg full of spiders.
I just realized I was
Oh, my
muted this whole
belly's
time as
full of
I was
spiders.
saying great things. I call to the professor and I say, you there, university boy, it's a mutiny on deck. Help me out.
Well, now we
And,
need to decide I wish
I'm
I punctured his
expecting
lung.
that the professor is going to join on the side of rule here and help me defeat Gilligan.
Yeah, the professor hears cries for help
No.
and runs in.
He's an academic. He's gonna listen to both sides.
Yeah, he's gonna
He's
gonna
gonna do
stop
a
and observe
YouTube
the
show.
scene.
Uh-huh.
So what do I see exactly?
So you see, the professor barges through the door and sees Gilligan and Mr. Howell in a mop and lance fight.
Mm-hmm.
And the professor's bleeding a little from getting nicked.
The millionaire.
The millionaire.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Gentlemen, calm down. What's happened? Clearly, there's been some tragedy outside here, but I'm sure we can all come to some sort of accord. Calm down.
I'm willing to listen to reasons. It would be the polite thing to do, and I should know I have manners +2. But this child, who appears to be 45, doesn't seem to want to stop attacking me.
Professor, it's crazy. The spider laid an egg in Ginger and the professor, and first they went crazy, and then they melted. And I guess that the millionaire's got an egg in him too, because he just attacked me.
Interesting. Spiders of this species are known to lay eggs in adventurers.
Bellies.
In their bellies, correct, and have them hatch out. It's horrible. Seems like you say the millionaire's got eggs in his belly?
You can give me an exam after we kill this Gilligan.
See, he wants to kill me. He's crazy, Professor.
What the fuck is going on down here? No one's killing anyone. Both of you, stop it.
All right, but you got to get him to stop it.
I'll stop it, but you gotta get him to stop it.
I didn't do anything.
I'm literally bleeding.
From the spider, probably, when it put that egg in your belly.
From down the hall, you hear.
Put a cork in it, fellas. Sounds like we've got bigger company coming.
The beast. Gilligan's
What?
monster.
The millionaire like puts out a like polite hand to shake Gilligan's hand.
What, so you can pull me in and stab me? I don't think so. Look, we'll focus on this beast, but you better not stab me in the back. I wink, but so the professor can't see. So I stabbed him in the back. I say to the professor, keep an eye on that guy.
I take them both by the shoulders and say, listen, I don't know what happened down here. It seems wild times. You suffered a lot of tragedy. It seems like within a span of probably 5 minutes, you saw two of the only people that you're close to absolutely liquefied. But now we've got to band together, gents. Think of all the other shit we've got to do. We've got to kill this monster. Let's go.
All
I'm
right.
roused.
He better walk in front of me.
We'll walk side by side.
I'll walk between the both of you. God damn it!
All
And
right.
So
he shoves Gilligan in front and marches them both.
our order is like Wizard of Oz interlocked arms.
You enter, ignore all the red fire that's burned out by this point. But if you peek through the door, you can see this large gray crocodile man in a loincloth, going to town on the corpse of the flower monster.
Oh, so it's vegetarian. Good.
It's like grabbing pieces of it, breaking it open, drinking whatever liquid falls out of it, and it seems fully distracted by that. However, you can tell this thing is beefy, and getting into a fight with it would probably go bad.
The millionaire, being from the 1960s, observes the loincloth and is like, a savage.
Jesus Christ. The professor looks around and sees and makes the connections with the spiders that their venom can actually be diluted with ash and made into a very powerful sleeping potion.
What?
That is would you like to read the professor's ability, Carolyn?
The
Oh,
professor's
okay. I was like, did Carol just make up a whole ass rule?
Eli, you know that's not my MO. The professor's special ability is you may attempt to brew a potion with any effect you can imagine. The GM will roll in secret to determine your effectiveness, adjusting for advantage or disadvantage based on your situation. So I would like to quickly put together a paste or poultice or potion of sleeping posh to fucking put on this monster.
Can I talk about
Great.
how much I love the idea of a sleeping paste where you rub it on somebody and they fall asleep? It's absorbed.
Great. So I'm going to make a secret roll on my end that's going to determine whether or not that is success. You're successful in brewing that quickly. I will say you don't have a lab here. You just have the raw ingredients and you're like kind of mashing stuff together. It's not the most advantageous situation.
Sure.
What, is it,
I think that's.
is she
we
gonna
can
have
agree
a
on.
lab later? We're in this like fucking dungeon.
Yeah,
I guess there could be a lab.
coconut lab.
I'd like to, excuse me, know if how distracted the professor is and where he's looking.
Real fast. The professor, you.
You said the professor, but you again meant the millionaire, right?
No, I meant I want to know
assuming.
where the professor's looking.
Oh, I see.
The professor, you're probably quite distracted at this point, mashing together your sleeping paste. I have made the roll. I know how effective it is. But you've done the best you can.
So they're not. I can take an action without perhaps the professor.
Perhaps, yes.
I go, "What are you doing?" And then I shove the millionaire into the beast.
Great.
Maybe you shouldn't have desecrated a body, sir.
He wasn't using it.
The beast looks up from the corpse of this flower monster and just starts like licking its chops, staring down the millionaire with its beady black eyes. And it begins to approach you with a dum, 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 dum. What do you do?
I raise my glass and sheepishly go, drink?
It goes to grab you in its large fucking hand. And
This is my fucking hand.
Whoa, damn, Eli.
I just I couldn't
Like
help
this?
it.
Oh, you went like this?
I did the mom. We did too many Sopranos. I did the Mamma Mia hand.
Mhm.
So, Tony, could you make or what do you do to avoid the hand coming to grab your whole body? You're muted.
You could tell from my pantomime because it was so descriptive that I'm using my lance to like keep it at bay and like try and avoid spilling my drink.
Great. Go ahead and make a roll for me. I don't know if you had an advanced skill that would help you here.
I mean, I could use my lance fighting to keep it at bay.
I guess that's true. Go for it.
Yeah. Yeah, as I roll, I'm saying this is the 12 year. It is a 1. I have rolled a 1.
Natural one.
It is
Oh
a most natural 1. I mean, technically, it's a 4 if you count my plus 3.
Dag nabbit.
I'm making a poll.
Shucks.
You know what? Pretty soon it's gonna be me who's trickling down. Am I right? Instead of Well,
The options are with this critical fail. This is a one-hit kill for the millionaire. You are chomped and eaten by the beast, or you're just going to take 2 damage.
Brian, never run a clinical trial because you have the least balanced like survey options I've ever seen.
I think I'm going to save him.
It'd be like,
I
do you
think
want
I'm going to
this?
save him.
Do you want this pill or this pill? I'm like, this is like, hey, you can't
you
do
want
that.
I just get to remove deniability for the thing I know everyone wants to happen.
not to be contrarian, Brian, but I think you should make a hard pivot into running clinical trials professionally from your current occupation. That seems like it'd be.
Yeah. You should
Easy
become an
pivot.
unlicensed pharmacist.
You know what? I'm starting tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
So Tony, would you like to describe how the millionaire is chomped to death by the beast?
Yeah. So the beast just like straight down, like no hands, like look ma no hands, chomps the millionaire in a single bite, and then the millionaire's drink falls to the ground with the hand still attached, and it kind of like rolls on the wrist in a way that like keeps the drink from spilling, and then just falls out and pours the drink all over the floor. I think if I could add the color, I think like the millionaire and Gilligan both like do the like ugh, like following the drink around in a circle, and then they're like delighted when it doesn't spill, and then when it does spill.
And the millionaire is ripped into by the jaws of this crocodile man, blood spattering everywhere. And guys, I think that's TV&D for this week.
Yeah. I go and
Wow.
I just mouth to him as he's dying. I'm the skipper now.
The professor sees none of
This
this.
place is dangerous.
I feel some like intense like personal conflicted emotions in like having played both the skipper whose honor is being defended and the guy who was thrown under the veritable crocodile bus in order to avenge the skipper's death.
2 men in one head. It's warring.
Carolyn Page, where can we find you on the internet?
Whoa, wow, what? You can find me at Jacuzzi Tubs with 2 B's, streaming on Mondays. I'm back. I got back into Twitch.
Hey!
So we'll be back playing Pokemon on Monday, and you can find me there. And you can also watch the video game news show I write for called The Download at The Download Ven on Twitter. Ven with 2 V's. I like double letters.
Hell yeah. Tony Wilson, where can we find you on the internet?
Also, Helpful Tony at Twitter, and then I'm on Instagram, Friends of the Museum. It's miniatures and other scenes.
Where can we
Beautiful.
find
Eli Uden.
pictures of your cat online? I'd
Yeah.
like to see Mr. Quinn.
Yeah, show us your cat.
Yeah, he's in the other room right now, but I can, while Eli's talking, I can pull up a photo on my phone and point it at the screen.
Do it.
Okay.
Eli Uden, where are you on the internet?
Oh yeah,
Hey.
getting out of a little box.
His Kool-Aid manning through that bag. He actually just like went into a bag and then burst out through the side.
And he was like, meow, yeah.
Yeah.
You can find me on Twitter, just my name, Eli Uden, ELIYUDIN. You can find me here on Twitch at pig_dog, and Instagram at Chili's Restaurants. And you can check out my podcast. It comes out every Monday called What a Time to Be Alive.
Hell yeah. I'm at Brian as a Goblin on Twitter. It's Bremley on Twitch. And here on TV&D, which you can watch on YouTube. Go to YouTube and watch back episodes. And let's see, we have a Discord where you can come hang out, and I talk about obscure RPGs that I like.
I occasionally make jokes about Eli.
Yeah,
there too. I don't know that he sees
about
them.
me spilling soup I don't even like to eat.
No, this is a new one. Somebody
Oh,
said
jeez.
34 strong, and I'm like, that sounds like Eli's pants inseam.
Wow, that is my inseam is a 34, so it's a good
See?
guess.
But like instead of long, it's strong, you know.
Oh, well, that would just mean I've got strong legs. I like all this.
See, it was a good joke. This is the kind
can-
of good stuff you could be getting in the Discord.
This is
if
like
you
a
join.
like when someone IDs my dad at a restaurant, I'd be like, I haven't been a 34 since I was in high school. So
Hell yeah, gang. That's the show. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you. We had a couple subscribers today. Thank you so much. We
yes,
do
and the
take
gifts.
those.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. That does help us keep doing this. And that's it for this week. We'll be back. Oh, next week, Jenna Stieber from Polygon is going to come and join us.
Yeah.
For the finale.
For
we
the
have any-
finale of this
If we have any
Gilligan's
characters
Island.
left, if we have any
She'll have
characters
to
left,
pick up the 2 characters who are still alive.
Yep. That's the show. We should go.
Goodbye, everybody.